Hi everybody, welcome to No Story is Sacred. If you've never listened before, basically we're four siblings who grew up talking about the art of storytelling. Now that we're adults, we're still talking about it, and we're inviting you to join the conversation. I'm Alex, and fear is not in my vocabulary.
I'm Kat, and let me see if I can get this right. It may not be in your vocabulary, but I can see it in your eyes.
That was
a great fucking line. It was good reading, good actors, just being good at each other.
Well done. I'm Brendan, and I'm just going to openly talk about my evil intents, probably still within earshot of several witnesses.
Listen, we all know that servants aren't real people.
It's true.
So.
Yeah.
It's true. I'm just gonna, set up the one-liner and then be like, someone like me will take the crown.
Sir, you forgot your whatever this is?
Yes, that's my folder labeled evil plan. Thank you.
Evil. Also, very funny point. He literally has the crown and gives it back to her. And I realize that that's just because, obviously, someone will take your crown is supposed to be a metaphor for, or not like a simile or something like that for the, I forget what the fuck the word is. Anyway, it's supposed to be indicative of the crown. But if you look at the words, he literally had the crown. It's like, someone will take your crown. And it's me! Yoink!
Hey, Kat.
Yes.
Do you think maybe we should finish the introductions?
No.
Are you sure?
The only person left is you.
Today we're talking about...
What? No, fuck you.
I don't need no introduction.
Ooh,
I don't need any of your shit. I am Pippin, Queen of Genovia.
Ooh.
I thought about using my full name, but I've decided I didn't want my full name recorded like that.
That's it. OPSEC. Hey, but
OPSEC
you know what
demons.
though? Pippin, wait, how old are you? You're older than 21, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're unmarried, right?
Oh yeah, you can't be queen.
Oh, you can't be queen.
Too bad.
Yeah, too bad. Oh. Boo.
Tisk tisk. Unless you get married within 30 days, Pippin.
Oh, but to Chris Pine, so.
Oh, well, hey.
You're willing to
Things are
make that
looking up
sacrifice.
for me.
Wait, it's not Chris Pine, my bad, it's a random Englishman.
No, a random Genovian.
No, the original was to a random Englishman, I thought.
Oh, that's true.
You're right.
Wait, we should finish up the
The introduction.
The intro, guys. Focus. Come on.
I refuse.
Today we're talking about the 2004 movie, The Princess Diaries 2, Royal Engagement.
Ooh.
So spoilers abound.
Hell yeah, they
For,
did.
say, the first movie.
Yeah, basically. For both movies. Yes, mostly the first movie. Let's be
And
honest.
also spoilers for the first fucking 5 minutes of the thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, if people don't read the show notes, whose fault is that?
Yeah.
Pippin's.
What?
That's what you get for not making them shinier.
I'm sorry, next time I'll add glitter.
In our defense, this is that type of movie where the villain is obvious.
Yeah, and sometimes that's fun.
Yeah, it is. But let's actually finish these introductions.
God damn it.
Yep.
If you want specific content warnings about things we may talk about, check out the show notes on nostorysacred.com. I think what happened is that we got a bit too loose. And now we're just too comfortable.
We're too
too
warmed up.
comfortable.
Oh God.
Oh, God.
That's our problem in general. We're too comfortable.
That does happen so frequently to us.
All right, guys.
Actually, wait.
I will invoke the anti-improv warm-up game, Zop Zap Zip. Okay.
Actually, though,
For
I hate
those
to
of
say
you
it.
who've never seen Princess
Oh,
Diaries.
fuck. No. Okay, yeah, do that part, but then actually I do have an important thing to say.
Ooh. I have to do this. I have to get through this. I have to, with all speed, finish these introductions. For those of you who've never seen Princess Diaries 2, and really,
God.
who hasn't?
So true.
Most among us.
The summary, according to Google, is Mia, still coming to terms with her life as a princess, graduates from Princeton. She returns to Genovia, and her best friend Lily goes with her. When they arrive, Mia's grandmother informs her that Mia cannot become queen unless she is married within 30 days.
Wait. Go on.
Nicholas Devereaux?
Yeah, Devereaux.
Nicholas
Good
Devereaux.
old-fashioned French romantic name.
Yeah. Nicholas Devereaux is one of her top suitors, though he is more interested in the crown than Mia. But when Nicholas realizes he loves Mia, he decides not to pursue her.
This is so wrong.
On so many...
This movie has already too many problems, and they add incorrectness on top of it?
Well, this is the summary according to Google, and we know Google's track
Fucking
record.
Google.
I thought about adding the one from Disney Plus, which is literally just a one-line, Mia goes back to Genovia or something.
That's more accurate. That's more accurate. There you go.
Even though...
I thought that was less funny.
That's shit. Pippin and her funniness.
Even that...
Somebody in this podcast has to be.
Ooh.
And Brendan shouldn't lift all that weight.
Though, really, that's wrong as well, because hasn't she never actually been to Genovia at this point?
Isn't this the first movie?
She went to the first movie, wasn't it?
No. She never went to Genovia in the first movie.
Oh,
Did
wait.
she?
Oh, that's right. Cause they did the whole thing in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Holy shit, this is the first time we went to Genovia?
That we've seen. I feel like it's implied in the beginning that she's going back to Genovia.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, there was talk of an 18th birthday party. There was backstory that happened between the movies.
There's no way in 5 years she never went to the country she's the princess of.
Although I will point out that was one of the arguments that Chris Pine, I think, reasonably had, which is that she's never spent like 5 minutes in the fucking city. You're like,
she doesn't know the people. But Kat, I'm sorry, I was being mean to you. What is your
It's very important, you guys. Actually, so I just wanted to remind... Shut up, Pippin. So I just wanted to remind the listening audience, thank you so much. This is actually, we just had our 100th episode. This is episode 101, season 2, you could almost say. Another 4 fucking years. And I know we usually do this at the end, but I just want to remind people at the top of the episode, and that's definitely where we are now, right? Nothing else has happened. And we've definitely been on topic. We have, of course, we have the 100th episode that we recorded, where we did some very nice, thankful things, like talking to listeners like they're humans, which is cool. But we also have done some neat things to our website, so I encourage people to go check it out at nostorysacred.com. We now have a quick index, so you can look at the first 100 episodes really quickly and see which ones were originals, which ones were big games, which ones were listener contributions. What? And our mini-sodes and whatnot. We also have some new special 100th episode merch, i.e. alternate variant logos on some fun things. So show everybody that you believe that no story is sacred. Thanks so much.
Ooh, nice.
And now for MeUndies.
Also, this is our Moss Chris episode.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were actually going for
No,
here.
I was going for base commercialism.
Chris.
Base commercialism. Woo!
Wait,
Yeah.
This is going to come out. Actually, on
December 1st.
Oh yeah,
Hell yeah, guys! Look at us being timely and shit.
'Tis the season to ogle people named Chris.
Indeed.
In this case, Hollywood best Chris Pine.
Ooh, I mean that goes back and forth between him and Evans, but right now Pine isn't busy getting in trouble with shit, or he's not doing weird political stuff. He's just being the best.
He's going to be in the Dungeons and Dragons movie, and I appreciate him.
What about Hemsworth? What's Hemsworth doing with himself?
I don't know what Hemsworth is doing right now. Probably being hot somewhere.
With his and treating his children like upside down footballs, that kind of thing. The correct way to handle children.
But yes, we're watching this movie for Chris Pine, and according to IMDb, this was his first movie role. Here's the thing, I actually looked it up. Guys, for once, movie ages are correct. Yeah.
In Anne Hathaway is 20 in this film, and you can see that, end of college, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris Pine is 22.
Well,
Little tiny babies.
20 is still halfway through college.
She's a princess. She can...
Yeah, that's true. Cause here's the thing. I was 20 in 2004.
Oh, and you're not a royal.
Yeah, it's too bad. Also, you didn't go to Princeton. You went to a real college. Oh! Wow, Princeton!
Although I get props to the writers for having the princess go to Princeton.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. And he got a degree in public relations, which is very sensible.
Correct. Well, here's the thing, like that, she says at some point, she's like, I didn't get an education in being a queen. I'm like, didn't you? Pretty sure that's what that is, basically.
Pretty much more than any other royal typically does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, except for the ones who are, like, professionally royal. Cough, cough. William. Oh, who still had hair at that time.
Yep.
And
well, there was a throwaway joke, in the movie.
Yeah, and the only reason they couldn't go with him was because he was already in line for a throne.
They're going through a slideshow of potential suitors for Mia because she has to get married. Because reasons.
We'll get to that. But really, the point is because reasons.
When Prince William came up, my immediate thought was, oh yes, the inferior British prince.
Right? Who would have thought at that time?
Right.
Because, I mean, there was a period there where we're like,
William!
We weren't sure exactly how certain other princes were going to turn out, and it turns out that they got therapy. So
that turns out they were going through some shit still.
It turns out that, succession crises are still things that can happen these days. Oh my god. It's so exciting for us as Americans.
Probably not so exciting for people living through them and would very much like to not.
Yeah.
So the plot, such as it is,
which is a classic, and kudos to Shonda Rhimes again, classic romance plot. This is pure id candy. Pippin?
So, Princess Mia, 5 years after the first movie, wherein she discovered she was a princess, and came into her own power and accepted being a princess.
She accepted the call to power?
She did.
Oh, and she got together with her crush? Oh, and she got that first kiss. She had that kiss that lifted up her ankle, like, I guess the foot thing.
Her foot popped, yeah.
Yeah, her foot popped. I mean, so they're still together, right?
They broke up between movies, and I will die mad about it.
And he's in the scrapbook of
broken dreams
of the previous movie.
He's in the exposition book.
Yeah, I will say, like, to be honest, it is fair. Like, people don't, leaving aside certain Harry Potter books that we shall not mention, people typically don't stay with the people you date randomly in high school, particularly like in the last 5 minutes.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Go on.
In the books,
uh-oh,
they do get married and have kids.
Shit, really?
Yeah.
Wait, so why the fuck is Chris Pine here?
But I assume because he's hotter.
He was brand new and his hair was dumb in this movie.
We have deviated so far from the books.
Oh, yeah.
I've never read the books.
I read the first few.
There's more than 2?
There's at least...
Oh, cat.
Okay.
I mean, there's at least 4, which is the amount of that I read.
Fucking what?
There's like at least 10.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
It's almost as if it's a popular or middle grade series, and publishers and authors tend to like to keep that going.
What?
11.
Honestly, oh my god. So here's the thing. If you want to know what a power fantasy is for apparently middle school girls, here it fucking is. Pippin, take it away.
So, in the first movie, Mia finds out that her father he might have only been a prince because his mom was still alive.
Correct.
Of Genovia, a small European country.
That one. We all know about that one.
She's a royal.
Not exactly placed.
Is it next door to the Christmas Prince country?
We have discussed that at length, and Alex and I are ready to do an entire fucking mini-sode about that instantly. Alex, you down for it?
I'm down.
Actually, I was literally thinking you and I should schedule a time to watch the entire trilogy at this point.
We should.
Record a mini-sode, we'll post it in July. So,
so she finds out she's a royal bastard of a country whose chief export is fake British accents.
Not even fake British accents. Ugh.
Her parents might have been married at the time and then got divorced.
I think that was the case.
But anyway, in the movies, her father has died.
Womp womp.
Good old-fashioned succession crisis. She is now the heir to the throne of Genovia.
I love succession crises.
In the books, her dad is alive.
What? What?
But he got testicular cancer, so he couldn't have kids anymore.
Wow.
That's thorough. Okay.
So he's still around.
Jesus.
And he's not going to make a royal decree and hide it in an acorn and and secretly adopt a child? I mean, that's what everyone else does.
Anyway, not the point. I just felt it important to know. I think they killed off the dad in the movie to give the grandmother a bigger part because they got Julie Andrews. And at that point, Meg Cabot, the author, was all like, yeah, kill the dad.
Yeah, like, she's like, I'm sorry, Julie Andrews gets to be in my, yes, yep, he's dead, bye.
What other characters do you want to kill? Hey.
They can all
go. It's called The Princess Diaries, ma'am. We could fix that.
Julie Andrews was a princess once.
Yes. And she's a princess always in my heart.
So anyway, finds out she's a princess. In the first movie, she doesn't really want to be because she already feels like a weird outsider. Lily does not fucking help.
Yeah, well, Lily is her best friend, who is also a weird outsider. But they were weird outsiders together, which is, that's a thing.
And then Mia straightened her hair.
and took off her glasses.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, Alex, my bad.
It's alright.
And now she's trying to be preppy and cool, and you know what? That new bag she got could, feed a third world country, which is not how any of this works. Lily. Anyway. And through all of this, there's, boy troubles and a mean girl played by Mandy Moore.
Hell yeah. To be fair, the first movie was fantastic.
Oh yeah. Sandra Oh's the principal. Who doesn't love Sandra Oh?
Right? Her mom should have ended up with Sandra Oh.
That's fair.
I'm going.
So, all of that, and she decides that she is going to be the Princess of Genovia and to take on this responsibility. And this movie starts 5 years later. She has gone through college. She's gotten a degree. And she's going to return to Genovia to actually start royal duties.
Well, because when she turns 21, because I guess when you are able to drink in America, you're able to rule a country in Europe.
That makes sense.
Yeah, the Queen, Julie Andrews, will basically, abdicate at that point?
Yeah.
Or pass the crown on to Mia.
Yep. And Mia will be a queen.
And that's when the blood rule will happen.
like the next part of a Wikipedia article, coronation, and then an occupation of Christmas Prince country.
Downfall.
Yes.
Aftermath.
Escape from exile.
Yes! Ooh, Princess Diaries
The
3.
Red Christmas.
Yes.
But that's neither here nor there. Wait for my story changes. Haha. I wanted to escape. We have her arrive in Genovia, and at that point, John Rhys Davies starts doing his evil, fiendish plot.
He wants to set up his nephew, Chris Pine, to be king, because it is his opinion that because of weird family relations, his nephew has, if not just as much, very close rights to the throne as Mia. And he is actually from Genovia.
Yep. So we've got Chris Pine, the handsome pretender.
Yeah.
Well, he's not no, I think that there genuinely is a connection, isn't there?
Yeah, but it's more fun to call him a handsome pretender.
That's true.
And also, when first turns up, at this point, pretender is just, you have pretensions to the throne. You intend to take the throne.
Oh, yeah, I could see that. Gimli is, can we have a vote here? Who thinks that Gimli's definitely planning to kill off his nephew, the second he's on the throne?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
If not kill, definitely hold something in leverage so that he's the actual power behind the throne.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's all gonna be about blackmail with him.
Gonna get himself a chancellor position.
Power behind the throne.
John Rhys Davies gets the snake staff, and
hell yeah! Guys, I read somewhere that it's never a good idea to turn into a giant snake.
And then in that Wikipedia article, it's going to be the section of coup d'etat by John Rhys Davies.
Coup d'etat.
Coup d'etat.
By who?
Betrayal.
By John Rhys Davies. Yeah.
So he brings up an archaic law that says a woman. Cannot rule Genovia unless she is married.
Members of Parliament, think about your misogyny.
The Queen in the room, who has been widowed for several years and ruling alone, is all like, we've never enforced that law. What the fuck?
Assholes, I'm right here.
Also, well, there's a thing where, the scene's a little weird, because again, it's like Europe, but mismatched. or mishmash rather. So there's all these like weird old guys doing parliamentary shit, but somehow wearing judges' wigs from England. And then there's like an ancient robes and shit like that. And then there's like fucking Mary Poppins in the corner there wearing a quite nice modern Chanel suit.
Well, she's a queen. She can do what the fuck she wants.
I know. It's just, the juxtaposition is so, like, huge.
Are you gonna tell Julie Andrews she can't come in with a nice Chanel suit?
But there should be some ermine somewhere.
So then, instead of Parliament going like, okay, but that's ridiculous, they go like, nah, she gotta get married. Within 30 days.
And that number will keep on being brought up multiple times, even a week after, or it's been, even a week later. It's like, she has to do it under 30 days, which 30 minus 7, and it is 23, she's gotta do it in 23 days.
Listen.
Did they actually do like the counting out loud, or did they just keep saying 30 over? It would have been funnier.
Yeah, they just said under 30 days.
Well, here's the thing. That would have required a lot more continuity work.
Damn it.
Oh.
And we're trying to do this on a budget, people.
Listen, those middle school girls have only so much money.
Exactly.
We're not shooting on location in San Francisco anymore. We're in a field somewhere around Los Angeles.
And
that's
very
so much more expensive.
nice mansion.
Or a set that's made to look like a mansion.
That too.
So Mia is unhappy with this, but she does believe in,
Miracles.
And she does love Genovia and want to,
And she wants to rule.
With an iron fist.
And she believes that she can fulfill this duty of running the country. So she will make this sacrifice.
She'll make the sacrifice play.
And so there's a list of suitors. They pick a random English dude who himself is, his family's used to arranged marriages. So he's like, yeah, sure.
I will say that there's one good moment, which is like, for all I don't know if this is true, but I feel like it was the first moment that Disney was actually cool about gay people. They're going through the list of princes, and they see one guy, and they're like, "Oh, well, he's really handsome. He could be, he could be a good husband material." And the bodyguard in the background says, "Yes, his boyfriend thinks so too." And
his boyfriend also thinks he's handsome.
And then Mia and her best friend just don't even look up, raise their fist, go right on, and move on. And weirdly, as a tiny queer, I'm like, was I tiny at that time? I must have been. Tiny queer, then I was just like, you know
were
what?
22.
First of all, shut your face. Second of all, yes. So that still counts as a tiny queer. So so that was nice. It was nice to see even bullshit representation like that.
And he still gets invited to everything because he's a marvelous dancer.
He's a better dancer than half the other fucks we saw. But so is Chris Pine. So there was like no queer jokes, and it was also like, oh, this isn't terrible. He isn't punished even slightly for being gay.
Yeah!
And he still gets to go to parties.
So,
anyway.
Yeah, there's an arranged marriage. And Chris Pine is also hanging around the palace because Julie Andrews invited him for the summer because she was of the opinion, keep your enemies close so you can keep an eye on them.
She's not wrong.
She's not. But Mia is all like, what?
Grandma, that was the boy I flirted with.
Oh, then there was the greatest screen cap you can get in modern film history, which is when Catwoman steps on James Kirk's foot in front of Mary Poppins and Gimli.
Yeah. There is also a great line when Julie Andrews says, I invited him. Joe is all back going like, I offered to hang him in the courtyard by his toes. And Mia's all like, what about Joe's idea?
Joe, who is my bro.
Joe, who has a subplot of we've been dating on the down low. Oh, Your Highness. We should probably make it official. And she's like, and she's like, you've got like 30 days. Can you not wait? My passion, it cannot.
Can we handle Mia for like 5 seconds?
I mean, I also see his fucking point though. Like, so eventually it starts to look like excuses. And it's like, okay, so wait, am I really just like the guy you're fucking on the DL for years? Because I've noticed that maybe we could have not done that. We could have just been like married, in love, open about it at the very least. But so I'm starting to feel like the dirty secret you've had for 30 fucking years.
And that apparently everyone
yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, what was that line?
The main.
The comfort of Oh,
I think the whole country knows how well you tend to the crown's emotions. Like,
and that's some really good acting because you see his face turn to ice.
It's so good. And then he's like, just turns it away from himself, turns it away from the queen, and makes it right back to his original threat. But it's, where he's like, look, just better not hurt Mia.
Joe is just better than other people.
He says my girl, and that covers a lot of people in this film.
Joe's so fucking great.
He's so good.
So anyway.
Yep, keep on going.
Now Mia is gonna be in a loveless marriage, and John Rhys Davies is all like, hey, handsome nephew of mine, go whore yourself out. Seduce her and convince her that she doesn't actually want to do this and give up the crown.
His nephew's kind of a dope.
He kind of is. It's like, but he's like, maybe she cares about the country? She seems like she does, Uncle. No, she doesn't.
Or if she does, it's tacky. That's some tacky ass shit right there.
Kissing babes and orphans. What a stunt.
Disgusting.
So yeah, they flirt. It's great.
It is great, to be fair. And again, I cannot stress that they are, like, actually approximately the ages of their characters and close in age to each other.
And actually good chemistry.
Yeah. Oh my god, guys. Brief break. Oh, look, you're picking up that coffee mug all wrong. Here, let me help you. Oh, look, you're shooting that flaming arrow, like, all wrong. Let me just, let me just put my arm around you.
Let me show you how to do that.
Let me just you know what? Let me just get real close and breathe in your ear. That's just...
And let us stumble into this fountain now. Whoops.
Oops, I fell over.
Oops, I fell over again.
Oh,
we're getting all the references tonight. This is going to be a fun listen.
So, I'm warning you right now, I'm going to take that one out.
God damn it. No, that's so important, Pippin.
No.
I will bring Austin Powers into this another time, and then you will have to keep it.
Anyway.
We're waiting for it. Just you wait. It's coming.
Anyway, so Chris Pine realizes that he doesn't actually want to fuck this up for Mia because she, seems to actually care about the people, which was his one reservation about he actually didn't think that she knew the country. So he actually thought this was a bad idea.
She's compassionate and competent. I mean, that's what I'm looking at. Like, it's already 2-0 for other world leaders.
So once he sees, that, he backs out, but has one last night with her, where they can go off and
have very it's a G-rated movie.
Yeah, they cuddle underneath a tree. That's it. But the uncle is all like, yeah, you know what? You go say bye to her. I know a really nice tree that you can hang out by if you can be there at like 9 a.m. when the light's real good.
And ignore any weird clicking noises.
So the uncle arranges the paparazzi to be there. And the paparazzi is all like, oh yeah, we get our own sex scandal. Woo! We're like a real country now.
Yeah, that is very exciting.
We've been trading on the Queen's relationship as a bodyguard for years, and that dried up long ago.
It's boring when they're in love.
It's boring when it just keeps happening.
So it's almost a thing, and Mia's all like, oh no, you actually didn't care about me. You're still just after the crown. And Chris Pine's all like, I see why you think that, though.
Yeah, this is a bad look for me. I'm just going to get dressed up for your wedding and then not go. Oh.
As one does.
Listen, he's heartbroken.
That's his leisure tuxedo.
Everyone has one.
Mine's lovely and lavender.
Yeah, and the Englishman is all like, hey, you spend the night with this other dude. What?
I'm pretty loose, but that's okay. That's awkward.
And she's all like, it was a mistake. It's fine. And he's like, there's no chemistry between us. And she's like, you noticed. He's like, I did. But you know what? They both do duty over self, so they decide to do this anyway. And then it's the wedding day. Chris Pine goes like, no, I could not possibly, be there. And the uncle is too excited for that to happen. He's like, yeah, no, you shouldn't be there. No reason.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine.
I'm gonna coo in the morning.
And then the housemaid, who has been overhearing every nefarious plot, goes up to Chris Pine and goes like, he's gonna fuck it up, and you know this.
Go to her.
So,
on this penny farthing bike.
I am convinced that this whole movie was just a prank to get Chris Pine in a suit riding a penny farthing.
First of all, kudos, because that's amazing.
So yeah, they do the thing. He goes there. Before he even gets there, Mia's all like, oh wait, no, I can't do this. And her grandmother's all like, and you shouldn't have to. You do you, girl.
Yeah, she finally gets a fucking clue, and kudos to Joe for being like, hey, what's that phrase? Sit on the pot or something.
Get off the pot.
There it is. Which is basically what he said. And she decided, you know what? I'm going to take a big old shit. Right all over Parliament. Fuck you guys.
So she's all like, nope, not going to do it. English man is all like, thank you for letting me go. Like, no problem, my bro. Her mom misses the whole thing. And then John B. Davies is all like, aha, but you have to get married, otherwise none of this happens. And my nephew gets to be king.
And he's like, and Chris Pine shows up and goes, I cede my rights to the throne.
I refuse.
Hell yeah.
And he says, I wrote it down. Princess Mia should be queen. She is bright and she is caring. And then I added in my notes, and a man's family said so you know it's true.
They gotta be good for something, apparently.
So yeah, like, at that point, like, at the prompting of, like, the head parliamentarian or whatever, a motion, what's that?
Prime Minister.
The Prime Minister urges her to hold a motion to basically end this, this wedding farce.
Since all of Parliament was there.
Yep. Convenient.
Like, even though they have a quorum, are they allowed to make parliamentary measures outside of the Parliament House?
I think the Queen's there. The Queen called for a vote. Are you going to tell the Queen no?
I am going to point out, Genovia is not a fucking real country. So also, they have dragons. Did I mention that part?
Ooh, yeah, you're right.
So anyway, she calls the motion. It's seconded. Suddenly, decades and lifetimes worth of misogyny are erased.
Think of your sisters and daughters.
Remember that they are actually real whole people in and of themselves.
Sounds fake.
And they vote to abolish that law. Mia can become queen without getting married. But they already have this whole wedding set up. So Julie Andrews and Joe the bodyguard get married, and it's great. And the entire country goes, fucking fine night.
We kept having to pretend you guys weren't making googly eyes, and it was getting old.
And yet the movie basically comes to an end with the princess being crowned queen, and Chris Pine being like, hey girl, wanna start over again? Huh?
And good.
Do you have a chicken for my table?
Which was a reference to an earlier scene in the movie in which she was chasing a chicken. It was a long story.
But also a good gag.
But here's the thing. I think 5 years of princess lessons, she should have known already not to chase a chicken.
Yeah, she was in college for a while. We don't know what they did there.
Do you think her grandmother stopped the princess lessons?
Listen. The princess and a chicken chase, it is a tradition.
But yeah, that's the movie.
That's the movie.
And the credits end with a ad for Genovia.
Come to beautiful Genovia.
See our picturesque lakes and
single town.
Other important things that happen throughout the movie that should be pointed out. Raven is in it. Mia finds a secret passage in the castle her very first day.
Does it ever show up ever again?
No, it does not. And it's so she can watch the Parliament decide she has to get married, which you'd think would then be like a secret that she knows that they don't know that she knows that they know. But right? Her grandmother tells her the very next scene, like, so what was the point of her? Anyway, but there are secret passages.
Which are then not, with secret churches in them, which I'm like, oh my God, what is the background story of Genovia? Oh my God. But also, perfectly, it's clear that there are secret passages throughout this entire castle, and is anybody using them for shenanigans? No.
Nope.
A waste.
We had the two maid characters who could have been using that this entire time.
The entire time. The wicked uncle made for weird things, and it's just a travesty.
But also, Chris Pine's character can cook.
One scene.
And it's the scene that baby actor Chris Pine shared with Julie fucking Andrews.
Yeah, he did.
Wasn't there a scene where Ultron lifted the entire country up into the sky? And...
No, that's in the third movie. Stan Lee is in it. Lily, the best friend, actually does absolutely nothing.
Does she end up with anybody?
She's flirting with that guard.
She's flirting with the loud guard.
But did anything come of it?
No.
He said, call me, like, here's my number, I'm going back to Berkeley. Which, to be fair.
I mean, yeah, she's got to go back to Berkeley.
Yeah.
Apparently the fandom thinks that Lily is totally queer, and the actress is all like, hey, did you notice that my first scene I come out of the closet? What do you think?
To be fair, good on that actress. Yes, excellent. Approve.
Yeah, Mia also leads a group of orphans in a parade.
Very cute. Her bachelorette party is the dumbest fucking thing.
Oh.
For a 20-year-old?
Oh, no,
yeah.
I don't think that was the official bachelorette party. I think that was just a Princess Summer party.
No, it's labeled as her bachelorette.
Oh, ew.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it was a little bit stupid.
But Julie Andrews sang. So.
Which is, apparently, that was the first time she sang, recorded, after having throat surgery. And people were kind of worried about it, and she was kind of worried about it.
Oh.
Well, yeah, because the surgery did ruin her singing voice, which for Julie Andrews still makes her better than most other people.
Yep. But, that's still hard, It's hard.
Yeah, because she had an 8-octave range, and the throat surgery reduced that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also Joe's just better than other people. There are some shenanigans.
There's guard shenanigans, yeah. It's a thing.
The weird nephew or whatever of that
who was
didn't
an
go anywhere.
underling of the uncle, but then that stopped. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it clearly wanted to fuck Julie Andrews, and I mean, whomst among us, but it was weird. It was weird.
Oh, and Mia's mom shows up at the very end, and you would think that the mother would be more involved.
To be fair, Mia's mom was also not that great in the first movie.
Here's the thing. The grandmother, not that great in the books. So the fact that she's the loving, supportive one, they've known each other for like 5 years.
Tops.
So, I'm like, this family dynamic, wild.
But then again, if I learned that I was related by blood to Julie Andrews, I'd probably be like, hey guys, I'm going to go hang out with her. Sorry, bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
We're going to form a podcast.
But, and also, the last thing I want to say is Julie Andrews is an amazing actress, because if you look at her face when the crown is taken off of her head to give to Mia, I'm like, baby, you did not have to go that hard for us. Not for this movie.
Well, there was, a lot of great talent in this movie.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of it was recycled from the first movie, which was also great talent, but they brought in, well, technically, baby Chris Pine could have been terrible.
True. But he turned out
his hair was.
God, his hair.
Also, nobody's suits fit. Did you notice that?
Okay, so I thought that was an intentional choice on the part of the stupid princes to kind of highlight it, but no, it was consistent.
Huh.
Also, so there's the scene that has become now a trope in the you are a secret princess. Now you get revealed your princess rooms, right, which are greater than you've ever known, and the princess closet, which is amazing. Ooh. This shows up again, obviously, in the Princess Diaries. I'm sorry, not in Christmas Prince, rather. Sorry.
Who here thought that, I'm going to be lending you these crown jewels?
Use with discretion.
Who here thought, there's going to be some shenanigans with those jewels?
Gotta be shenanigans with the jewels.
Yeah, when you plant that plot coupon, it usually has to be used.
That was a shotgun that came out of that, and it did not go off.
So here's my change. I'm just
wait.
Good.
Oh wait, no. I just want to make one reference, which is that it was even at the time when I saw it, because I think I saw it like at the time, I was disappointed in the princess closet and rooms. Because 1, the couch did not look comfy. 2, the bed did not look comfy. And 3, Cher Horowitz in Clueless had the ultimate in awesome princess closets, and nothing has ever touched that since.
Okay.
Thank you.
Fair.
The end.
Yep.
So, Al?
My change. We're just skipping and right out.
Going straight into it. Do it.
Going straight into it. Also going to, I'm also going to give Lily something to do. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
I think he's about to snap one on me and you, Pip.
Like subplot. Lily's doing a heist.
Oh my god, that's why she's away from Berkeley. This is fucking genius.
Because we always knew that Lily was that a kind of friend who would steal all your family jewels.
She was real jealous.
Yeah. No, and she's contracting the maids.
Oh, those maids.
I saw it in their interaction, and it's during one of the movie's glimpses of cleverness.
Oh yes.
When Chris Pine and Mia run into each other in the hallway, and Lily and the maids are there. Lily sees oh, we're not. I'm not needed for this. She goes, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern with me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
She's an accessory. She's only an accessory to the plot.
So you know what? You might as well fucking take advantage of it.
Yeah, she's got.
We don't.
She's got access to the princess's private rooms. She heard
that code is not particularly secret.
She heard it.
Yeah, that's right. She was in the closet.
Yeah. Yeah, and those things are worth lots of money, and really probably got stolen from fucking India.
Yeah, so really, it's, oh my god, it goes right back into her whole social justice thing, too.
Yeah.
She learned a lot in Berkeley. Social justice, unpacking, and lockpicking. Ooh, I like hers better. Social justice, second thing, and the joke.
Social justice is, small...
Oh, third wave feminism.
And crime.
There you go. Perfect. Has to be third wave, though. Second wave gets weird.
Although she is kind of... isn't there...
She is kind of second wave, if we want to be real honest about it.
In the back, she definitely is.
Oh, gross.
But yeah, and also during this heist, that's I'm saying she and one of the maids hook up.
Hell yeah.
Is the boyfriend from the first movie involved in the heist somehow? Is he the guy in the van? Is he gonna be in the fence?
Oh, he's her brother.
No,
he's her brother. He's useless.
Oh no, shit! Here's what happened. He tells Mia about it because he's still in love with her.
Oh man. I don't like that. Sorry, Pip.
No, but Lily's already planned for it.
Oh, okay. What Lily's alright. Oh my god, is that part, in fact, of the overall heist?
Oh yeah.
Tell me, Lily, is this plan of your heist where we are no longer friends and I just throw the jewels at your face and storm off to go cry?
Lily, was I a bet?
Was I a fucking
bet?
No, you are a mark.
Oh, dang. That being said, I actually thought that what you're going to go with that is that she specifically let her brother know secretly. So he would tell Mia. Mia would sadly throw her in, I don't know, Genovia jail or something like that. Or no, she wouldn't. But Joe, who of course is monitoring things, would. So who does Joe trust more than him? Anybody. Himself, right? So she is locked up in Genovia jail while the servants are finishing the heist. So
they're
that
doing
later,
the real heist.
They're doing they're doing whatever they're doing. They're doing the one that gets caught. They don't get caught unless, of course, Lily is going real dark. But the point is, no, we have definite proof that these were sold in person by, on at 3:45. That can't be. Lily was in my custody the entire time. We were talking and eating sandwiches while I grilled her. With cheese, getting grilled cheese. Okay. And so she gets let loose, and then she's like, yeah, it's too bad that we, that had to happen this way, but maybe we can be friends again someday once I learn to trust again. And then she turns away, and then her eyes suddenly dry out, like, cause she was all crocodile tears, and she just puts on a pair of sunglasses and saunters away. Hell yeah.
I'll take these wings and I'll learn how to fly.
And that was Lily walking away?
Yeah.
And when she goes to open the bag of the monies, in there is a letter from Mia. Thank you.
Thought.
Thank you so very much for spiriting away the crown jewels. I'll be able to actually use the money for the fucking orphanage that I just opened.
I'm going to be selling them back to their country of origin. Thank you very much.
While you would have spent about 2 months trying to figure out how to fucking fantasies.
While you were being a bitch in Berkeley, I was studying the blade and finance.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
I'm into it. I'm very into it.
Alright, so who's next?
I want to go, though.
Cool.
Because I really want to jump the gun on Pippin. Alright, so right at the top of the movie, there's something like, she has to have a ball with all the eligible bachelors.
Because
I'm like,
tradition.
You know what? Change one word. All the eligible matches. And here begins our game of gay. She becomes, because queer solidarity is a thing, she does meet the guy who has the excellent boyfriend and the excellent boyfriend. And they all become buds. Lily does come out of a closet, but also comes out of the closet. And, I don't want her ending up with Raven, because I just don't care about that, but, because I don't want to reward Disney for using its own alums, shamelessly, because I'm pretty sure the contracts are probably shitty. But, there's a lot of princesses around. There's a lot of maids around. That's a power thing. But on the other hand, this is a romance. What does the id say? The id, to me, says one of the maids, who is secretly the bastard daughter of yet another succession crisis.
I mean, it's a weird name for someone, but you know what?
Listen, boys.
Why did you name me that way?
I wanted everyone to know that you did have a claim to the throne. Sort of.
But you forced me to write it out as an abbreviation. Bastard.
Oh. Great, Alex. This is for you. Ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay. But, they go through the rules. There's nothing that says that she can't marry a girl, but there are things that say that she can't marry a non-royal. Like, it's gotta be some level of nobility. And what is her maid but a poor bastard maid? Like, oh, damn, if only we had, proof of XYZ. And then, gays to the rescue, and possibly also Joe, because I fucking love Joe, they find, somehow, a secret proof of marriage.
Oh,
for the maid.
Is it in an acorn?
You fucking know it. Or something dumb like that. Something dumb. And the point is, it gives her legitimacy. It technically is like, ooh, could be the throne. But she's like, why would I want that when I have the real jewel or the real, something, it's Anne Hathaway.
Jewel of Genovia.
Oh, I have the real jewel of Genovia. It's you, Mia. It's always been you. And so she is noble. There's no crisis. They've given up and they do get married. And some of the parliamentarians are like, but what about the succession? And they're all like, excuse you, there's like double the uteruses now? Fuck off. So,
hey, Chris Pine,
that's right.
Chris Pine, you're reasonably handsome and want to be a donor? Hey.
Oh okay, actually, I would love Chris Pine to be, he's around just trying to do his uncle's bidding, but he's ace. He's not aromantic, but he's just like, it's fine. I'm okay. But he's like, I'm gonna do the thing. Cause, best for Genovia. But then he's like, wait, I don't have to do the thing, but I could do this and I could hang out with the prince and his awesome boyfriend. And then, so they start like having like thoughts, but that's all background. That's like Sebastian Stan levels of eye fucking going on. Just background shit that the director's like, please stop doing that. We cannot add another subplot. And they're like, stop us if you can. Anyway. So basically it's a whole film of queer solidarity, bringing the gay forward, bringing the id, powerful thing, because that's the fun part about romances. Like, you're supposed to take the to a degree. You take the shit that you know is kind of problematic. You don't want that to happen in real life, but it's still fun to think about. If it was only okay, because there's always these circumstances, like, if it was okay, if nobody was an asshole, then that would be really cool. But in real life, generally people are assholes. So, you don't want that, you don't want to encourage that, but sometimes you just want to read about it. And that's where The Princess and the Maid comes in.
Cool.
There you go. And Princess Diaries 2, Royal Entanglement.
Does
it still work?
Yeah.
Royal engagement is fine.
It still works. Yeah, okay, it still works. It still works. But yeah. The end.
So, Brendan, did you want to go or should I?
Go for it, Pep.
So, I feel like mine's boring in comparison.
Aww.
Because I actually wasn't going to go make it queer for once.
Oh, for real? That
yeah.
one's so easy. It was like low-hanging fruit.
Right?
I was really disappointed in myself, to be honest. Go on.
But, honestly, to me, the succession crisis, as put, is kind of ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, that is the sort of stuff that should have been handled a while before.
Right. Well, it's very like War of the Roses shit, except that was even more reasonable.
So watching the movie the entire time, I was going like, Mia, are you really okay with the weird power differences going on? Like you've found this out 5 years ago and you're fine with a monarchy? You were raised American.
In San Francisco. I'm just disappointed that her hair didn't revert.
Right. So, I think it would be more interesting if Mia actually did a sort of coup.
Oh my god.
And actually just abolished the monarchy as Genovia knows it.
She has the power of the people behind her. Can you hear the people sing?
So that it becomes, a democracy, or at least a constitutional monarchy.
Isn't it, though? They have a parliament.
But they don't go in depth about it.
I don't think they don't. I think they don't vote. I think it's still like Lord. It's the House of Lords. There's no House of Commons.
Yeah. And I think Queen gets final say.
Not that final. They weren't letting her get married.
True.
There's a weird power thing there. Like, who actually gets a say in what? Because she could do shit with the housing and appropriation of funds. But yeah, so and there are all these maids waiting on her when she grew up with a single mom, so knows how to take care of her fucking self.
Yeah, and the most she manages with that is don't curtsy, as opposed to you're free now.
Well, she also spends a lot of the movie just hiding from those maids.
Well, it's thematic because everybody's having difficulty. Her grandmother is chafing against those requirements. She's chafing against this one, but they're not actually performing action, which is a real problem with the story.
True.
So I would have loved to actually see her leading government shit.
Pippin, are you being in favor of accounting and insurance?
Did I fucking say that?
I don't know. I heard you say, "Ooh, bureaucracy." That's what I heard, and that's my deal, baby.
No,
I'm
saying
for the listeners.
Woo! I win.
For the listeners,
you do fucking not.
For the listeners, Kat has a long-running fanfic series.
That's not where I was going with this.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
No, I'm just known for, in this podcast, that tends to be the thing I get interested in, and then you guys make fun of me for it. So,
and I still do.
And you know what, though? It caught you in its net.
I'm just saying, I want her to see her be an actual a leader. Instead of her going to a group of orphans and go like, we're all princesses today.
Yeah, that is kind of, what the fuck happens with those orphans, really? I mean, yeah, she gets them a new house, but like away from the city, away from everything they know. It's kind of bullshit too.
Well, she puts them there until they can build a new one in the city.
But also, that's not actually fixing like the orphanage problem.
Yeah, it's like, hey, yeah, you're going to do anything about the systemic problem there?
Yeah, evidently.
Why are there so many orphans?
That's a lot of orphans, guys.
I'll get into it.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Okay, Brendan's got this. Brendan's got this.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you still talking?
Yeah, I am still talking. So then there is John Rhys Davies and Chris Pine who are like, no, we need the monarchy. And Mia going like, but do we really? And then slowly Chris Pine learning was like, no, actually, if if I believe in the people of Genovia, then the people can lead themselves.
But,
Democracy.
And then Rhys Davies like, wait a moment. If this were a democracy, I would be eligible to run, and then I'll just install myself as dictator.
I mean, I'm not sure it's going to go that deep in this movie.
Listen, he talks a lot about Machiavelli, and I'm not sure he actually read it.
Oh no, he's a Cliff Notes Machiavellian.
At that,
he's a Reddit Machiavellian. I said it.
Oh, he's on the Machiavelli fandom wiki.
The deepest of burns.
So ignore the arranged marriage plot. Ignore the a lot of the fish out of water as they did it stuff.
Because they already did that in the first movie.
Yeah, so it's kind of... But it does sound like you're turning it from not a romance into something else.
No, now it's a political romance.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Or is it a political thriller?
No, it's a political romance still. She still gets Chris Pine in the end.
Nice.
And then they become a political power couple when she's installed as president of Genovia.
Installed? Pippin?
Not the word I wanted, but you know what?
Inducted?
Inducted, sworn in.
Voted into?
Yeah.
Pippin? Democracy? But yeah, I hear you.
And then he becomes first gentleman. And does flower arranging and bakes.
Amazing.
And then,
you know he does flower arranging.
Of course he does.
And then Lily will panda first president of the country as its former monarch. Real original.
And Mia can be like, hey, how many countries have you removed the monarchy from?
People have a lot of divided opinions about Lily, I've noticed. I actually thought that she was surprisingly realistic for a...
hanger-on?
Well, for a hanger-on, for a best friend type person. Which is, yeah, if you think about it, that is a really weird, difficult situation. And suddenly your friend is like straightening her hair and shit like that. And all sorts of things. And honestly, being a teenager is hard.
Yeah.
So, there.
Lily was being awful, though.
I remember in the books, it looks like she just stopped talking to me for months.
Okay, that is bad, but that's the books. And also, sometimes when you have a fight with someone and then you just don't know how to come back from it. So maybe there's some of that.
You
know, because teenagers, they be like that.
Indeed. All right. So it's
All
my
right,
turn.
Brendan, bring it in. Bring it in.
All right. Here I am. I have my cigarette in the corner. It's like, I'll tell you how this actually happens.
Smoke goes up, the camera goes tight.
Okay. We keep on talking about succession crises.
Yeah.
I want it to actually happen in this movie. I don't want to have a royal engagement as in marriage engagement. We're talking engagement as in military conflict. We have to see what kind of military powerhouse Genovia actually is. Because you know what? There's going to be elements within the Genovian parliament or whatever that are worried that this is actually going to be a case of American imperialism.
It is, though.
Because they are worried that their proud Genovian mishmash culture that we don't go into too much, whatever.
Nor should we.
They're worried that this American is going to come in and change everything. There's going to be Starbucks on every corner. They don't want that. They're reliant on tourism as it is. So
you're suggesting the Genovian Civil War?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
One thing leads to another, and then they invade France.
Listen, a bunch of them speak French. I'm just saying Belgium can't be far behind, and also whatever country the Christmas Prince is in. They are expanding. Aldovia, of course. They are an expanding nation. You expand or you die.
Yep, they're trying to claim, yeah.
All I know is that if there's a war in Europe, France is getting invaded.
It has really good fields. You don't understand.
It has the best bakeries.
It does.
It actually,
and Genovia wants them.
Here's the thing, the only way to fight back against this encroaching culture war is to bring on allies. And if the allies won't come naturally, you have to go and make some.
Indeed. And I'm just thinking that, the nephew, Chris Pine, his motivations are good at the start here because, he is trying to make a proud and strong Genovia and not one, again, under American imperial rule.
With his perfect American accent. Yeah, go on.
And I'm thinking, as he starts to express doubts about the plan and all that and his role in it, that's when the uncle betrays him, and it's like, you were only going to be a figurehead anyway. I am also by blood relation to you within striking distance of the throne, so to speak. So we can have like
So dagger to the back and tossed up the top of a battlement.
You have to find the body, otherwise.
He's definitely still alive after that. Like,
he falls into the moat, and we can say that Mia and her party of Genovian, what's the term for the actual legitimate bloodline?
Royalists.
The Royalists. There we go.
Nice.
Yeah. The Royalists managed to retrieve him, and then we can have like inner thoughts on, or basically insight into John Rhys Davies' plans and all that good stuff. And then we can find out that Mia, she was bad with the bow at the beginning of the movie, but now by the end, she's learned how to fire arrows.
Holy shit, she's Katniss now.
And I'm just saying, we have the movie ending with John Rhys Davies with a flaming arrow out of his chest as he falls out of that same battlement.
Contraire,
yes,
through his eye.
Grim, I love it, but it is symbolic of the coronation ceremony.
Here's where I thought you were going to go with it, Bren. I thought right from the get-go, I thought you were going to kill off Julie Andrews. Right from the fucking top, kill her off. Because that would make a succession crisis real fast.
Right during that first ball, why wait until Parliament happens?
Right?
It's the red birthday.
Don't give them the chance to set up something. Make it happen right now. Your time is now.
Time is now.
Yeah.
Oh man, Joe is going.
She's finally back from America, right? She's actually in our country. We have a chance to get them both.
And here's the thing, during that party, there's going to be all kinds of guests. Security is going to be lax. Mm-hmm. They were trying to do this smooth. It was going to be relatively bloodless.
Relatively.
And fucking Lionel, he was an insider, and he was a plant all along.
Oh yeah. And,
it was Lionel all along.
Now I'm just thinking, Joe's got to kill someone. So I'm thinking one of the lackeys is, there's going to be like a team of people on Team Bad Guy, and one of the higher ups is the one that, kills the grandmother. Cause we got to have, Joe in his, cool rage mode.
Oh my God. Wait. So he is, though, also a professional. So she dies. He has a moment of heartbreak. Not even that you can't even see, right? But he immediately, grabs Mia and shoves her into one of those secret passages.
Yep.
Slams the door, and all she can hear is him say through the wall or something like that, go to the end and keep running. And then he turns around and then he starts killing people.
And he could either make it out of that situation so he can show up again later on in the picture and, be a useful tool. Maybe shows Mia how to
but
kill.
Didn't see his body, so clearly he can come back.
Oh yeah, lots of people are going to die without dying in this movie. It's going to be great.
Mm-hmm. But then you got a beautiful shot of her in her red dress, and it's ripping against the side of the walls, as she's going, and it's getting ruined, much like her dreams of ruling Genovia. In that case, I think it has to be a green dress, not a red one, because it symbolizes the pair. But whatever.
And does she learn guerrilla warfare from Lily? Who learned a lot of things.
I gotta tell you, Lily's dead too, in my version. That one is a body we do find.
Oh man.
Oh, that's sad. But
poor Lily.
But that's okay because it brings her brother back, and then he's the false flag love interest instead of the Englishman.
Yep.
But then it turns out that then she and Chris Pine, whatever. Chris Pine realizes that his ideals do not the reality of this does not match the ideals. And really, his uncle keeps trying to push, it's for the greater good, but is it?
It doesn't feel right, Mia. It never did.
If this is supposed to be, the greater good, is this, what are we defining as good? What does good really mean? Does good mean blood on the ground? Does good mean the orphans in the streets? And then she kisses him.
The pear trees of Genovia cannot be watered with the blood of heroes.
Oh my God.
Anyway, yeah,
the
that's
Tree
me.
of Liberty.
It's a bitter fruit.
Because here's the thing, I was pretty bored when watching this movie, and that's just where my headspace went. It's like, and at this point, that's when the artillery comes in. It's going to be like...
Everything changed when the Fire Nation attacks.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, by the way,
But here's the thing, I'm into that.
by the way,
Shocker.
by the way, confession time. I actually watched the movie at like 1.8 speed.
We've all been there.
Y'all are weak.
Literally, I was there last episode.
Pip. You know what? You know what? A lot of these situations rely on in this movie.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right.
Good acting?
Awkward situations.
Embarrassment humor.
Oh, yeah. But, here's the thing. I think this movie, much like our 100th episode, is that we're seeing that good acting can save a lot of shit, or at least hide it temporarily, whereas bad acting cannot, a good script cannot function with bad acting.
Indeed.
Which
Anyway.
just speaks to the marvelousness of film. Thank you, and good night.
And Chris Pine is a great actor.
He is.
That's true.
Except for his
And
hair.
pretty, so.
His hair was awful.
Yeah. So let's play a game,
What?
real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's play a game. Let's play a special appearance by, where we have just a character from anything show up in this picture.
Anything.
And I'll go
I
first.
fucking love. Oh, damn it.
The first suitor is a prince from The Christmas Prince.
I fucking knew it. I
Wait, no,
knew it.
wait.
Damn.
He can't because he's in line to his own throne.
He's already in line to his own throne. But he shows up anyway because he's a marvelous dancer. What?
But you're right. It's not him. It's Knock Off Hiddleston.
Which one's not? Oh, the cousin
You're right.
from a different Succession Crisis movie.
Yes. Specifically, The Christmas Prince.
Indeed. To be fair, Knockoff Hiddleston is great.
And he has a degree in finance.
He does, actually, which is the key to the second film. Honestly, we need to do that mini-sode, Al. You and me.
Yeah.
We got this.
Yeah.
And then we'll make Pippin sit in the corner and drink.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Love it.
Oh, and he's like, I'm here, and I'm definitely a schemer for the throne. You do realize that I'll be the one who will be the ruler. You will be the, queen's consort. But I have the schemes for the throne.
That's nice, sweetie.
It just becomes like a thing for them.
And then,
all right.
and then he chills out.
Yeah, well. He realizes that maybe here he can really be himself and not constantly under the pressure of being, the next in line after the dumb prince.
Yeah.
Here he realizes he loves the taste of pears. They're sweet, and juicy. Damn it!
Wow.
I couldn't keep it going. All right, who's next?
I'm torn between two.
Use both.
I'm torn. Sorry.
So, one idea, is, the, gay prince whose boyfriend thinks he's very handsome?
You mean like our favorite character? Yes, go on. Who we don't meet.
I'm gonna ruin it for you.
No.
Not in the way you probably
Okay.
expect.
Oh no, fuck. Pippin. Okay.
So I've been re-listening to Red, White, and Royal Blue, which has a gay prince and his boyfriend, the first son of the United States. So this is also an alternate universe.
Your other favorite fucking game. Okay.
So I just think it'd be funny if they're just wandering around the background, having opinions about things.
Oh my god.
And trying to keep things, and trying to hide their relationship really, really badly.
Well, at this point, it's out in the open. They caused a whole European scandal, so they're looking at me and going like, that's cute, you'll think you'll do something like bigger than what we did. They're just making out in various corners, going like, what?
What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do?
My other idea,
Damn it!
is what if Mia's suitor, isn't a nice, English boy, but is actually Prince Hans of the Southern Isles, from Frozen.
Oh no. First of all, how are they gonna get past him being animated? But second of all, if only someone loved you.
Only someone loved you.
That line.
The harshest, the worst, I would say the literally the greatest villain of modern Disney history. Because no one expected it, and genuinely, you had children, you had adults, and we were all going, oh shit.
Because we knew she wasn't going to end up with him.
But, you know, we thought maybe she'd end up with, like, someone, right? Because he seemed nice, but, like, you know, so...
Obviously, she was going to get together with Kristoff.
Yep.
So and then, it was going to be, like, his heart being broken.
Mm-hmm. So she was going to end up with Anna, except that obviously she's gay. But we didn't know that at the time. You know, we guessed, but yeah. No, but that turn. Oh man, with the gloves and oh my God.
Yeah, so if he's wandering around being villainous, and so then Chris Pine not only is in a situation where he has to actually stop that from happening for her own good, not just because he wants.
Yeah.
So he's like trying to stop it from happening. It's like you just want my crown. It's like, no, he actually seems like a bad dude.
Actually, and it's funny you mentioned Frozen because I did think of that during the princess dances with various princes scene from the ball, which is just, it's a random physical comedy bit, like whatever. Okay. But it is reminiscent of a similar scene in Frozen.
It's crazy. Yeah, we finish each other's sandwiches.
That is what I was going to say. How'd you guess?
Just right. Looking everywhere to find my own place.
Mm-hmm. So, oh shit, I know what I want.
Fucking Hans.
Okay.
Guys, I'm gonna go real left field here. Real left field.
Go ahead.
You know who's visiting Genovia for the very first time? He hears it's lovely. You know, there's a new princess. Maybe you should check that out. Maybe America can be like, you know, there's not a lot of touristry yet, but he hears there's some really amazing crown jewels. Danny Ocean has, he's just done a big heist in Vegas, and he's been spending some time. He doesn't need to do it anymore, obviously. But, you know, the itch is there. So he's, you know, sort of wandering around, thinking about what to do. Goes to an airport, looking around, you know, because it's always fun to scam, you know, new people and hold up signs saying, is this you? It's not you. I can carry your bags for you, and then make off with the bags. But then he happens to see a newsreel, and the American princess is heading to Genovia, and he's like looking at it, it's like, Genovia, you know, I've never been there. It's a nice place. And then he happens to see Julie Andrews there's like a brief little like, and of course, as we know of Genovia, you know, we're Americans. We don't know much. We can recognize, you know, nice dresses, pretty faces, and jewelry. And he takes a look at it. He's like, okay, summer vacation. Danny Ocean shows up, charms his way into everything. I don't know. Shenanigans ensue.
Brad Pitt's there eating.
He was there to begin with. He's just a friend of, you know, again, the gay prince, because we just have to have him. He's the boyfriend. No, oh my God. What if there is no gay prince?
Dun dun dun.
What if this is the long con?
The real gay prince is the friends we made along the way.
Anyway, so no, there's not a lot of plot here. I just think it would be really funny. It's getting the heist thing, but it's giving it a fun twist with just Danny Ocean just wandering around, being cute. Joe's jealous because he is very cute. Who the fuck plays him? I forget his name.
George Clooney.
Thank you. Yes, famously handsome guy, George Clooney. You know, and he's a charmer, so he charms the queen. The queen's like, okay, I guess I'll be charmed. And Joe's like going, in the side. If queen does not care about this, but, you know, it's cute. And so Joe's on the hunt now. He's like, what the fuck is this guy doing here? And he keeps coming up to like, who are you? And he's like, oh, I'm Mia's uncle. Like, he doesn't have an uncle. He's like, on her aunt's side. It's like, shit like that. And just more and more complex and just fun. And yes, so at the end of the day, he helps foil the wicked uncle's plans because he's like, well, that's not fun. He's a dick. I'm just here for some jewels that don't even belong to you, belong to India. And he helps foil that plan, and in gratefulness, they're like, I guess you can have like this one thing. He's like, oh, thank you, you know, but I've really turned a corner. I don't need that, but thank you. And then he turns around and you can see flashing out of his pocket is the real jewels he was going for all the time. He puts on sunglasses, he walks away, he gets into the car with Lily, who was in on it the whole time. He was the other one. She was arrested at 3:45. He made the real drop. The end. There.
Okay.
Good job.
So I'm just
having fun.
I'm just gonna butt in here so we can wrap up here.
No, I was done.
So I was struck by the comment earlier about how this isn't War of the Roses. And my thought was how, well, Game of Thrones was inspired by War of the Roses. So I'm thinking we have some scheming going on, but we need some bit more masterclass scheming. We're going to have Littlefinger be John Rhys Davies' friend. Giving
I was
some
hoping Tyrion
real...
was going to be there, but...
What's that?
I just wanted Tyrion there to be... I just had a brief moment of like, that would be amazing. But go on.
Well, he'd just be there and getting drunk.
Yeah.
And being amused that he'd be a potential suitor. Because by the rules, why not?
Yeah, exactly.
I think technically...
Well, he's married to Sansa Stark.
Well, later on in the book series. I mean, this is early on. Whatever. I mean, you can pick whatever timeline you want.
All of them. Any of them.
But, like, what I'm thinking is that I think we need, in line with my original story change, a lot more murder going on, a lot more scheming and backstabbing.
Yes.
So, I think that, that would add to, the movie and make it a lot more politically intriguing. And, I'm just saying that, it would make it more interesting for me. And again, as I get bored with kind of cut and dry romantic subplots, I am just like, what's that?
Cut and dried. I was busy being horrified in the corner.
Okay. As all that stuff's going on in the background, I just want more violence happening.
Nice.
I think it's interesting. Our ids are different places.
Murder.
So that's it for me. Just more scheming, more murder.
Get aboard
fantastic,
the
guys.
murder train.
All right. Well, I think that we should wrap this up. I think that we can call it a night. Well, fantastic job, guys. As always, if you have an idea or prompt to submit, head on over to nostorysacred.com/submission. Follow us on Twitter at nostorysacred or send an email through contact@nostorysacred.com. Your hosts have been Alex McDonald, Brendan McDonald, Pippin McDonald, and Catherine Creighton. Editing for this episode done by Brendan. Transcript done by Ashley DaCosta. Art by Jay Wolf. Show note and transcript are available at nostorysacred.com, as well as links to our Patreon, to merch, to fascinating new things, and more ways to get in touch with us. Thanks for listening, everyone, and please rate, review, and subscribe to No Story is Sacred. I'm going to mention the Patreon again. It is at patreon.com/nostorysacred. You can go there to support the show and get neat rewards. See you next time when we talk about 1984's Ghostbusters. Hell yeah. Until then, we're No Story is Sacred, and any story can be changed. I'm Kat.
I'm Brendan.
I'm Pippin.
And I'm Alex.
And we're
No Story is Sacred.
Sacred.